I always forget to do that. So this time we're good to go. We're gonna have a lot of fun here today. And not only am I gonna show you guys a client getting machine, which is pretty sweet, but we've got a Black Friday offer. So this Black Friday offer, we have never actually done a Black Friday offer. And my team said, Sam, this feels a little bit irresponsible. I don't know if we should be doing this one in particular, but you guys, if you ain't living dangerous, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You got to live a little bit dangerous. So we got 42 seconds. We got people joining from all over the world. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to do a 1 or a 2 in the chat because I don't want you to like write all this stuff out all the time. Now you can write stuff out because if you want to make me feel good about myself, just like write me a nice thing. Sam, irresponsible, therefore do it. This is right, Richard. This is right. So give me a 1 in the chat. Let's make sure that all of our friends, everybody has chat access and that we are ready to go because I have 15 seconds. It's a countdown and we're going. And the ones are rolling in, which means I know you guys are all capable of engaging. And I am capable of jumping ahead of the, the timer and getting moving. All right. Here we go, you guys. It is time to rock and roll. So here's what I want to do. First and foremost, I want to give a big thank you to everybody that showed up here live. I'm super excited for that, and I have something really special. And we've already been doing this, but the best way to win, by far, is make sure that you engage. So you've already lit up the comment bar, light it up again with a 2. Let me know that you guys are ready to roll. The 2s are rolling. Awesome. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Today's mission, if you will. I am going to build in real time, a high converting funnel and ads in a single workshop. All right, we're going to do it right here. We're going to do it right now. And I need to move this chat so I can see the next slide. All right. All right. But first, before we do anything else, I want to make sure that you and I, all of us here, are on the same page. So you're going to give me a T or an F in the chat. True or false? To build a successful agency, you need to serve multiple niches to make enough money. Or in other words, you have to serve everybody. True or false? Okay. We had 1 T roll in. We have a bunch of Fs. Okay. Can't see the slides. Can you not see the slides? Give me a 1 if you can see true or false. Nope, no slides. Really? No slides. What in the world? Give me 2 seconds. Of course, Richard, you have one job here, buddy. Your job is to make sure that I don't make a fool of myself, and you're
I
not doing your
DM'd
job.
you, man. I got you.
Thank you. All right, let me try it again, you guys. Screens. Okay, and we're going with. All right, can you see it now? Okay. Thanks for keeping me honest. All right, let's get the mojo going again, shall we? All right. I got to get my mojo going again. That threw me off. All right, so the answer is false. Just so everybody knows. All right, next, true or false? You have to customize every single campaign or everything you do for each client to get results. True or false? Let me see those. There was a bunch of F's on that one. F, 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 F. Okay, the F's are rolling in. Correct, you are. True or false? Scaling your agency means working more hours and hiring a bigger team, a big, fat, juicy fat overhead. That's the funnest thing to do is to just give yourself the most overhead so they get all the money and you get nothing. That is false, my friends. That is false. True or false? If other agency programs didn't work, no programs work. Nothing works. Nothing works at all. This one's a big fat F, you guys. And here's another one. You need years of experience and a ton of proof to charge higher prices and build a profitable agency. This is a tougher one. Let me see what you say. Let me see what you say. Years of experience does it require? Okay. I got a little bit more of a divided crew on this one. Boom, that is false. So whoever said true, you're wrong. Just kidding. Whoever said true, here's what I want to say to you. Now here's the thing, you guys. If you got even one of these quote wrong, or in other words, if you got it true, it means you're operating under beliefs that are actively keeping your agency stuck. That story will keep you broke. And once you learn how to put your sales on autopilot, once you learn how to do this, you guys, you'll finally know what it means when people say the easiest part is getting clients. You guys ever have you felt like the easiest part is getting clients? If you haven't, give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat. And those of you who know, that's one of those, if you know, you know. Okay? There we go. Well, let's get down to it. And let's do our best to make sure that we are muted, because I got 2 screens and only in 5 different things I want to share. All right. So today, I would like to tell you a new story. And to do this, we're going to go back to 6 years ago. All right. So 6 years ago, I learned to put my agency sales on autopilot. And by the way, I didn't do it because some guru gave me some kind of fancy course and he was like, oh, and I didn't learn it from funnel hacking. Funnel hacking is BS, by the way. Funnel hacking is BS. The way they tell you it works is total BS, right? Here's what it really took. It took 4 years of testing and grinding and learning and trying to figure it out. But that 4 years was well worth it. Okay? Why? Because it got me to a point, and got me and my team to a point to where we were able to literally flip the switch to our growth. And the growth normally, like in my agency, normally the growth looks something like this. My partner Jacob is right there on the screen. Jacob, wave hello if people can see that. My partner Jake would see that, hey, dude, we need more money because I want to buy more software stuff. Like literally in our company, we say Jacob likes to buy software because he's buying something like every other day. He's buying and testing something, which, we want to give him that capability. So he says, Sam, go get more money. Like, all right, Jacob, I'll go get some more money. It was that, or it was, hey, Sam, we need more work. Or in other words, it didn't always mean that we'd lost clients. It meant that we dialed in our operations, our systems, and we could take on more sales. And so Heather would reach out and be like, hey, we're good. Bring in some more sales. And we would literally, I would call up Jacob and I'd be like, all right, if you want to do that, let's flip the switch. And boom, the calendar was full. In just a couple days, I would get a full calendar. And I'll tell you this too. Everybody that showed up on my call, I had above an 85% show rate and an above an 85% close rate because everybody was pre-sold, pre-qualified, and they were ready to go. Okay? Just think about that for a minute. Now, imagine if you could control your revenue that way. What would that feel like? Okay? How would that change your business? All right? And you're probably thinking, well, cool, Sam, but I don't have 4 years. I'm not here to tell you it's going to take you 4 years. That would be kind of a silly webinar. Wouldn't you think? That'd be kind of a dumb webinar, right? Listen, I get it. You want to know how you can use this same process in your agency. You want to switch. Who wants to switch? Give me a 3 in the chat if you're thinking, hey, a switch sounds pretty dang sweet. Okay, smart people. All the 3s are rolling in. Let me tell you about Jerem. Okay, this is my friend Jerem, and Jerem is probably a lot like many of you. Okay, Jerem started his agency for the same reason that many of you guys probably did it. And you guys can give me a 1 in the chat. This is why you did it. He wanted to make filthy amounts of money online so he could do it from anywhere. So he had the lifestyle, so he had the prestige of owning his own business. Does that sound familiar? Give me a 1 if that sounds like, hey, that's kind of what I wanted. It's okay. You could admit that you wanted the filthy lucre. We're all in it for the filthy lucre. None of us are in it for good reasons. Just kidding, of course. Okay, but when he got into it, he's like, wait a minute. This is a lot harder than I thought it was getting. Learning all the tools, he's like, dude, all I do is the whole time is learn tools. Every single day. That's all I'm doing is learning tools. It's a full-time job. And that got augmented or compounded because every new week there was a new tool and some other shiny new thing. All the time. And so for months and months and months, he'd start one thing and then he would start another thing. And when he was almost ready to launch, then something else got added on or something else came into his field of view and he was once again distracted, making no, and this happens for months. And after that happens for months, what do you guys all feel like? I think it's time for something to change. So when he was finally ready, he learned a huge lesson. It's the lesson why most of you are probably here today. And that lesson is getting clients is hard. Getting clients is hard. People just don't buy your shit because it's for sale. Isn't that weird? They kind of tell you when you get in, all you got to do is slap your brand on this thing, and all of a sudden you got a business. It's a little bit harder than that. Okay. So what did he do? He DM'd people. He sent cold emails. He started cold calling. He was committed. And Jerem is not lazy. And call after call went the same. We'll get back to you. Nah, thanks, we're good. And this was the one that you guys all love. Give me a one in the chat if this next comment is the one that you guys love. Are you just reselling high level? I got a that should be a bit of a zinger for you guys. And he thought, man, what the hell did I get myself into? What in the hell did I get myself into? So here's a moment of truth. Don't give me a one or give me a two. Give me your feelings, your thoughts, your responses in the chat. Honest question. How many of you have ever felt like Jerem? Stuck, overwhelmed, confused, starting and stopping something, not like having no idea how to get clients. We have every day. It's frustrating. This exact scenario is plaguing the agency game like nothing. And it's happening worse now than ever before. It was bad when I was going through the same thing, but it was nothing remotely close to like what it is today. CPM on my last lead was $370. Oh, jeez. That is painful right there. Okay, we got to stop the pain a little bit. All right. This story has a happy ending, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. So one day, my boy Jerem, he stumbled upon something that caught his attention. That's what it always does. That's the first step, you guys. An agency program that claimed we can help you make $10,000 of monthly recurring revenue and do it in just 4 weeks. Okay. And then he saw a guy like this, and this dude said, oh my gosh, I just built or booked 555 qualified demo calls in the last 5 weeks. He was booking 20 demo calls per day. The calls were coming in easy. This is Daniel Nugent. And in his own words, he says, it's like I just put the offer out there and it bites. Then there's this gal, and she's actually on the call today. And this is Lisa. He saw Lisa's story, and Lisa was out there and she saw the possibilities of what was happening, and she was able to go out there. She is right there waving at y'all. Well, I can see her. I don't know if you guys can see her. And she was able to go out and in a single month, go out and boom, went from wherever she was to 25 clients and absolutely crushing it in a very, very high competitive market. And then you have all these people, they're like, oh my gosh, this guy is crushing it with workshops now. He's getting people, he's doing these mini webinars, and he's got 12 people showing up and he's making 5-figure paydays. These people launched to a tourist thing and they've got a distribution channel and they're crushing it. This guy quits his 9-to-5 job. He saw all of these people having these results, and they were all talking about how they were finally able to get you these awesome clients, how they were able to stop that client getting, or that client not getting problem. And then he saw that they show you an agency model that was simple, simplicity, not a whole bunch of like slapping a whole bunch of crap together, that was profitable. There's no fun in making revenue if there's not big, fat, juicy chunks of profit in it, you guys. Revenue is not a vanity metric that you should be proud of unless it's packed and stacked with so much profit that that's what you brag about. All right. And these agencies don't sell low ticket crap. And these agencies use a model that works in any niche. And then he saw something that he desperately, desperately needed. Our boy Jerem, you guys watch his expression. If this is you, then I want you to take your hands and wave them in the air like Jerem. He said, a proven way to get clients, and even better, a way to make them come to you. Not to chase people, a way to make them come to you and to make them super duper interested in your offer. I would even say pre-sold on your offer. How many of you guys would like calls where the prospect came on the call feeling like they were pre-sold? Give me a one in the chat. That sounds awesome. It will change your attitude towards sales. I will tell you that right now. You will go from hating sales and thinking that you suck at them to feeling like a gangster of sales. Okay, so now I know you've got all sorts of questions. What is this program? That's probably what all you guys are asking, right? What's this program? What makes it different? Is this just a whole bunch of other testimonials? Well, people were paid to give us testimonials. Listen, I'll just cut to the chase because we got a lot of funnel building today. Okay, the program is called Agency MVP. Right? It was built by Team UpHex, and Team UpHex is my team. That's me, Jacob, Heather, and Bradley. We built an agency, and 391 agencies now have a proven agency model because of this program. Okay, and that sounds cool, but what happened to Jerem? Let's get back to Jerem because like we only got into the part where he finally stumbled upon this program. What happened to Jerem? All right, we're gonna skip all the nutty part because we could be here all day long. But this is what happened to Jerem. And Richard, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up if you cannot hear this, and do nothing if you can.
What's up, Sam? Just wanted to jump on here. I'm super stoked. Appreciate that little post shout out. I think it's always good for people to see underdogs, we could say, succeeding. That campaign crushed it over the weekend. I've got 11 appointments this week, all with people that have filled out a pretty substantial survey. Name, email, phone number, website, and then 3 questions. So 11 appointments. I'm like super stoked. It feels like so freeing because I am like the epitome of chasing all of the features like reviews and AI and all of those things. And this is the only time where I feel like I've actually had like a packed calendar with people that I feel like I understand pretty well because I went through research and spent a ton of time doing that. And that's like literally made all the difference. And I think that's why MVP works so well, is because if you can understand those first few weeks, that makes all the difference for the rest of the program. So anyways, I just want to thank you. I'm like super stoked and super excited for this week. It's gonna be a great week. Lots of learning, of course, but it'll be awesome. So thanks, man.
All right, this next one is a lot of fun. Let's see what he says next.
It's gonna be a good week. Money for the honeys.
You guys give me a money for the honeys in the chat if you guys want your calendars packed like my boy Jerem right there. Give me a money for the honeys. Let's see the chat right there. There we go. Money for the honeys. You guys, that is really cool what he was able to do. But what was even more cool was what happened next. Now, Jerem, you guys, he's an awesome guy. But you can even tell he's not like the most natural salesperson. But what happened next? 90% show rate. Okay. The week after he started to get these things, he started to close sales. Now he probably would have been a higher closer if he had had this, but now he can light that thing up anytime he wants. And then he sent me this text message. Okay. This was a funny text message. It was almost from week to week. I get these walkie-talkie messages from our crew, and some of them are like, whatever. But then I get this one like, hey, I'm having a hard time getting these getting these sales calls to, hey, Sam, I just landed my 3rd client this week and I have a question. Do you have a service that provides and helps me with onboarding? I don't want to do that anymore. Hilarious, right? And we got one thing to say to our buddy Jerem. Nice work, J-Dog, because that's freaking awesome. Now, before we go any further, 1 hour isn't enough to 1 hour is enough, sorry, to show you how to build your client get machine. But to learn the skills you need and to become an actual entrepreneur. Too many people get in this game and they're entrepreneurs. They just want it so easy and they don't want to learn. They want to learn like tools. They don't want to learn any skills. That's going to require some time. But if you don't have 4 weeks, I get that, but maybe this isn't the line of business for you. Okay? Like just between you and me. If you don't have time to invest in your skills and your abilities, this might not be the right thing for you. But if you want to be able to make money from Cancun, which is what I'm doing right now, and it looks like Jason is probably, that's probably a green screen, but he's got like a fancy little tropical palm tree in the back. We like to make money from wherever. Okay. So if you want to build a ad funnel, I'm going to show you the step-by-step process. And when we are done, Jerem's results, I didn't mean James, Jerem's results will seem a lot more achievable. Okay? And you will see how easy it can be if you were doing it as well. Bless Bless you. Please mute. Hilarious. Perfect timing. All right. Fair enough. Now, a word from our hero. Okay. Jerem, today's workshop, I was actually, instead of me or my team showing you how to do this, Jerem was going to walk you through today's video. But instead, he's on vacation. Homeboy is doing what we all want to do. And this is what he had to say to you guys before we jump into the build.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jerem here. I was going to be there live to show you guys my acquisition funnel and how I built that out and flipped it on. Got like 30 demo calls in a single week and closed 3 or 4 new clients. But Sam is going to walk you through the same exact process and tools that they teach in MVP, and specifically in that first week, which is market research. And that's how I was able to go through the market research process, figure out exactly how to speak to a brand new niche. So I went into orthodontic space, completely brand new, no experience. Went through that process, was able to figure out and know exactly what to say on the ads, what to say on the landing page. If you're struggling with what to say on that, it means that you didn't do something right beforehand, which is market research. And so to know exactly what to say on the ads, the landing page, and then to flip that on and have my calendar just completely booked out. So the stuff that they're teaching you, the process, tools, everything there is totally dialed in. So you guys are in good hands. So good luck.
Thanks, Jerem. That's great. Awesome, awesome words of encouragement. So, you guys, most webinars will just tell you about a process, but ours is so dialed in. I just want to show it to you. That's my whole thing. I was actually talking with Jacob, who's going to show you guys right now. It's like, dude, instead of just tell them like all the formulas and like kind of be fancy webinar stuff, let's just show them. So, watch me build an agency client getting machine in 1 hour. Introducing the EM12 funnel. So this is the name of our client getting formula, of our client getting system, okay? And this is the breakdown of why and how it works. So the EM12 funnel is a simple 2-step system for turning cold strangers into paying customers. All of those leads that Jerem was getting in a very high competition niche, by the way. You'll find that people in our program can compete in highly competitive. He's in the orthodontist niche. Okay, you think that's not competitive, but it's able to take cold strangers and position you differently. So first you grab their attention by tapping into real emotion and frustrations that they already feel. That's the EM part of the formula. Then you offer them an easy, low pressure first step to engage them. That's the 1 in the formula. Finally, once you've taken that step, you guide them into the main part of the offer that delivers the real outcome, the outcome they actually want. That is the 2. Now, before the demo, all the time, I always get asked, Sam, why don't you have more B2B or client getting ads inside the UpHex library? It's pretty simple. What do you call something that everyone can sell? What do you call it? A commodity. Okay? Commodities are cheap. You have to compete on price if you're selling a commodity. Are their margins good? No, margins blow. You can copy. So once they are in the ads library, then Richard's using them, Jason's using them, Ruben's using them, Dave's using them, Lisa's using them. Lisa wouldn't use them though because she's in the program. She would never do that. Okay. If you do that, you will get treated by a vendor and not a partner. Do you want to be treated like a vendor? Like you're replaceable? You have no loyalty. You work harder and you earn a fraction. This is why being a commodity, which I am sorry to say, if you're just reselling packages and features, you are a commodity. This is why we don't put B2B ads in the UpHex ads library. The whole process of the EM12 funnel is built on being unique. Being unique, knowing your audience and understanding what motivates them. That's the secret of the EM12 funnel. Who's ready for a freaking build? Tell me right now, give me a 1 in the chat. Let me know It's time to freaking go. All right. So, Jacob, I'm going ahead. I have the share on. If you want to, so what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to stop this here, make my screen bigger. Okay. Jacob, you ready to unmute?
I'm ready to unmute.
And by the way, his screen says Tammy. He is not Tammy, as you can see. He is Jacob. We're not sure. I'm not sure. Why did you have to come on with Tammy?
Because Tammy sent me her Zoom link, so that's why.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Jacob is going to jump on and we're going to walk you through the build. So we are 30 minutes in. This will only take a few minutes. You guys, that's how cool this is. So, Jacob, are you able to share?
Yep. Actually, no. I thought I
Oh,
could share.
I made it so. Okay, stop share. Oh, I have to stop sharing.
There we go. Now I can share.
Okay, so the EM12 formula. Step number one is the emotion and the motivation. Okay. The question is how do you capture that most important emotion and motivation? Well, to be honest with you, it's really hard. So, what Jacob and I did was we took our collective knowledge about the subject and we built tools so that it will do it for you. So, Jacob, you want to walk us through step number one?
Yeah, I mean, so step number one is we're gonna build the story. Now, I've what you'll learn in this program, and what Sam's going to tell you, we're doing something cool with the program here at the end. So I'll hint towards that as we do have a cool plan for those of you who want to give this a shot. But in the MVP program, we teach you guys how to do your market research. We teach you guys how to identify the gaps in the market, but most importantly, and this is one of the things that I specifically teach on, is we teach you guys how to do to find the emotional research behind your clients and to figure out what emotions drive them. So in order to save a little bit of time, I've taken what we have already done, so all of that pre-research that we have, so we have created an avatar and things like that. So I can just paste that here into this tool, hit enter, and now because it has all this information, it may ask me a couple of additional follow-up questions, but it's going to generate an actual story. And what's really cool about this is a lot of times when we go in and we do our client stuff and we're like, oh, well, I'm going to create my customer avatar. This is what we typically do. Well, my customers between the ages of, say, just it's going to pop out the story, which is great. My customers between the ages of 30 and 55, they typically have families. They typically, and we just kind of list out, in essence, demographic information, thinking that that's actually going to produce good marketing. And all of that information is great for statistics. It's crap when it comes to actually producing marketing. So what this tool does is it's actually going to write a short story. Okay, so the whole thing here, let's go ahead. I'm just going to tell it to write the story. It was asking me if I want to change anything. It was laying out like, hey, here's what I'm planning on doing. I trust it. But it's actually now going to write a full-blown 2,000 word short story. It's obviously don't turn around and publish this thing and pretend that you're an author. This is, just a single shot here with AI. But the idea is you're going to actually get to know your customer in a way that you've never thought of them before. In this case, we are working with our company, our agency that we used to own, which is called Patient Stream. So we used to work a lot with chiropractors, worked with them for years and years. Me and Sam got started working with them all the way back in 2015. So I'm very familiar with the niche. And so I was able to throw this together pretty quickly. So we have a story here about Dr. James. Okay. And this is a full blown, it's not a short, like it, I'm not going to read this to you on this webinar because it's going to take a while. We're just going to trust it does a good job here.
Once upon a
But
time.
we don't have all of this though. I will say because this is I've done a few tests because we want to make sure this goes off without a hitch right on the webinar. There was the story that it came up with right before this one that I just did live. I did one about an hour ago. I read it and I legitimately was like feeling anger at the points where you should feel anger and sadness for like it wasn't like, oh, this is a nice it drives for emotion because that's what the point of this tool is to find the emotional background. I would if you learn nothing except for this point here, guys, on this webinar, write or have AI, or if you're a good writer, write it yourself, write your customer's story. Pick one person and create an entire story around it. You're going to see your advertising completely change. Absolutely completely change. Okay. All right. So we have this fantastic story here. Okay. So we're going to now go ahead and we're going to take this story and we're going to put it in our next tool here, which is going to, let me just grab it here.
So real quick before we're capping step number one. Okay, we're putting a
Yep. Yeah.
cap
So
on it.
step number one is done.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, all marketing is emotion. It is emotion, which is why funnel hacking is BS. Funnel hacking omits all of the emotion. The reason this funnel starts with the story is because the story is going to be felt throughout the EM12 funnel. So step one is complete. We have the story and the transformation that the customer must go on. Now we have to distill that into step two. All right, let's go.
Yep.
Step two, baby.
All right, so step two. So we've got another tool here. This is our 5-second copy engineer. Okay. And I'm not going to go into super big detail on it. But the one thing that you also have to understand when it comes to marketing is first and foremost, and we talk about this in MVP and MVP Live, I kind of pound on this quite a bit. All marketing is emotion, right? So, first and foremost, we have that. The second most important thing that you have to understand about marketing is nobody cares. They don't have time to care, right? So, you legitimately have from start to finish 5 seconds. They've done lots and lots of studies. Whether somebody spends 5 seconds or they spend 5 minutes on your page, they've already made the decision to work with you in 5 seconds. Okay. So, what this tool does is it's going to create for you and it's going to spend the time creating the most important 5 seconds of your campaign, which is the hero section of your landing page, right? Because again, one of the other things that we make a mistake on when it comes to marketing is we think that the most important part of our marketing is our ad. The ad's actually one of the least important parts because it's the part that you're constantly experimenting with. Your landing page or wherever you're sending your traffic is actually the most important part of your campaign. It becomes the anchor for everything. So that's what this tool is going to do is it's going to produce that anchor and then the rest of the landing page here for you guys. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to start off, I'm just going to say, let's get started, right? So it's going to be like, oh, thank you, blah, 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 right? It's going to,
Can I interject here real quick, Jacob?
yep,
Um, the brains that went into this tool right here is what took Jacob and I 4 years to learn. And like he said, he used a really good word. I thought it was like very nicely placed, Jacob. It is the anchor of our entire client getting machine, right? Once you nail this and it's done, you can flip on the switch to email, to ads, to text message, to anything you want, and you're full. All right, go ahead, Jacob.
perfect. All right, so here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take this story here, and then I'm also going to take, again, that same market demographics that we had. I'm just going to paste that in here real quick. And I'm going to do the story that I did a test with because that one I didn't have time to read the one we just generated, so I have read the other story. So I'm going to use that one here so that way I know kind of what we're going to expect. So it's no longer Dr. James. It's going to be Dr. Mark. Is the new doctor in here. And of course, because we're doing a medical thing, Google's going to warn us on this and blah, 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 blah. So now what it's going to do is it's going to give us the starting point of this 5 seconds, right? So it's going through that entire story. It's digging everything out. It's going to start asking us a couple of quick questions here for us, right? So we have, what's the name of your product or service? We're just going to call it Patient Stream. Then it's going to say in one simple sentence, what does it do for your customers? So it allows doctors to launch Facebook ads without an agency and have them run their ads in-house. What is
Jacob,
the key
you're really
mechanism
good
or
at
feature that
typing.
delivers this? I would say it's a software. It's an online software. And then what are you creating this copy for? We're going to do a landing page and hero section. Okay, and it's going to go through. It's going to blah, 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 blah. It should then ask me, the next thing will be their own words. So again, you're going to learn how to do this inside of MVP, but you're going to learn how to go to places like Reddit, like reviews, forums, all these other different places, and make sure that you gather all of the words that your client actually uses. I'm going to go ahead and punch this in here real quick. And it's now going to analyze all
Sure.
of those words. It's going to analyze that story. It's going to do all this stuff in the background. And it's going to find key emotional words that you can then use for your landing page. Again, all marketing is about emotion. Okay. So it's now going through, right? So it pulled out some power words, some things like that, shiny objects, things along those lines. Where it's now pulling those in and it's now going to start creating some options for me, right? So here are the emotional words that it has discovered based off of the words that our users actually say, problem words and solution words. You want to use these words in your ads, you want to use these words in your landing page and all that, right? So emotional words, control, efficient, in-house, right? Waste, generic, middleman, system, patient stream, automated, proven, right? So we got these power words that it's kind of determined. And now it's come up with some headlines here that we can look at, right? So stop paying retainers, put that money into ad spend, launch proven Facebook ads in-house, no agency required. Just because I know that industry, I know they would like that one. Fire your market agency, keep the patients. I love that one. Take control, run your own ads in 3 clicks. That one's a great one. Nobody can sell your practice better than you. This plays right into doctors where they're like, I'm the smartest man in the room, right? So we got some option here. So I'm going to say, hey, I like 2, 3, 5, and 7, right? Now it's going to create my sub headline. So we're working on that hero section. Now it's going to create my sub headline and then give it a second here. And it's going to give me a couple options. There's going to be 10 options that I can then choose between. And again, I can just say, hey, these are the ones that I like. And it's going to figure out, like, okay, I see which direction this person likes. And at the very end, it's going to give me 2 to actually lock in on, and then 1 that it's going to prefer. And of course, this is AI, so you can always tell it, you're stupid, do it this way instead. And it'll graciously say you're right and then go in that direction.
So
However, I will
Jacob, real
just
quick.
say that
Hey,
we have spent, or I have spent a lot of time, and Sam has spent a lot of time playing with this to make sure that this nails it, right? So if it's
yes.
recommending something,
That's what I was just going to
it's
say.
gonna be right.
What, I just wanted to zoom out just a little bit here.
Hmm.
This whole process, as we're going through each step, what it's doing is it's building the funnel step by step by step by step by step in the exact order that the conversion and the sales in the head of the prospect, the sales takes place. This is how somebody comes on pre-sold, interested. Okay, so everything it does here, by the way, you literally just have to answer the questions, and it's baked understanding the intent and the objective of the page, how it works, and you just have to answer the questions, right? And it's taking you bump, 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 step by step.
Yep. To just to give you a little bit of an idea of underneath the hood, each one of these tools probably has between 30 to 35 pages of information that it's using to actually do all of this, like as far as the
Each one
the,
of
the
these steps,
instructions.
each one of these steps.
Yes. So there's a lot of thought that goes into this. So all right, so now we're gonna work on the calls. By the way, so here's the ones that I picked. We have number 1, number 4, number 6, and then number 10 were the ones that I liked. Again, I'm just saying, hey, I like them. Right now, we're gonna get the 10 calls to action. Launch your first ad, get new patients now, fire your agency. I really like this concept of firing your agency. I know I'm on with a bunch of agency owners right now, but
It's all
I,
about
I like
positioning,
the I
guys.
like the
Play in with
pitch
it.
here.
We're gonna like lose it. Like the participants are gonna say, yeah, you know what? These guys aren't trying to help us. Now we're trying to help you reposition yourself into what actually is going to be working for you in 2026, guys.
Yep.
And by
All
the
right, so
way,
I picked a couple of calls to action here.
if you're an agency like all the other people just doing the same thing that they're doing, then you're going to be stuck exactly where you've been, you know? So,
So now it's going to create my hero section. So it's going to organize everything that I've just kind of said. It's going to give me 2 hero section options that I can then kind of say, hey, this is what I want to go with. So option 1, right? Fire your marketing agency, keep the patients. I love that headline. Can I just say, I love that headline. I'm probably going to go with it. The all-in-one platform that replaces the agency model, launch ads, track leads, and book appointment. I love this. Take back control. Oh, yes. Okay. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, option one. Well, let me look at option two, even though I'm not going to pick it. Nobody can sell your practice better than you. Actually, that's not too bad. Patient Stream is a simple software that lets you launch
It's
proven
a
Facebook ads in minutes.
demonstration, Jacob. It's a demo. Just let's pick one.
Yep, I'm just going to pick this one. We're picking this one. All right. So we're option one. We're going to do option one. Okay. So now it's got some more questions for the rest of my landing page. So I'm just going to tell it. I am going to pick option one for my hero section. Then the offer goal. So we're going to say it is a 14-day free trial. The price is $297 a month. We'll just do that for the fun of it. Guarantee. We have a 30-day money back uh, deal there. Urgency. Um, yeah, we'll just say limited onboarding spots. We'll just take what it's suggesting here. Social proof, and then we can say we'll just say 300,000 leads generated for doctors, which is probably about right. Perfect. So we'll punch that in there. And now the rest of the landing page. So what's going to create two things for you. One, it's going to create a marketing document that you should absolutely just save in a Google Doc because it's going to give you all of the important, like when somebody, if you have a marketing agency that you talk to and they say, hey, do you have like a marketing pitch deck or whatever? Just send them this. This will give them everything that they need, right? So it's going to give them the ideal customer profile, the positioning and USP, your messaging angles, your recommended voices, and then all that. And then it's going
By the way,
to,
this is all stuff that when your client doesn't hear it, this is why you struggle with sales. This is why sales is hard. All of the things that are in this are like a checklist. If you do them, if you include them in your funnel, then all of a sudden it's a laydown. Like they start showing up, they start filling up your calendar, and they start. And hey, by the way, Robert, hey, congratulations to Robert. I don't know if you saw his funnel today, Jacob, on the Marco Polo channel, but he did the exact same thing that Jerem did. He finally flipped on his switch, spending $50 a day, getting one book call per day, using the exact process that you guys are all saying. So nice job to you, Robert. I just saw you pop in, buddy.
so, and then from here, now we get the full landing page. Now, this landing page design, just so you guys know, is based off of the 5-minute marketing makeover. I'm not going to go into super big details because we go over it more in detail inside of MVP. But if you guys have ever heard of this guy right here, Donald Miller, he is one of the best landing page guys there is on the planet. And why reinvent the wheel when obviously his landing pages will be very good? So the layout that it's going to give you is for this. If, however, you have a different layout, it's AI. You just tell it, here's my website layout, change it to fit here, and it'll do it. But we have our hero section, and it will give you your headline, your subheadline, your call to action, and your image prompt for AI. It will then give you section two, which is this section right here, if we're kind of following along. It'll give you all of the information for that section, right? And the goal of these sections too is they're telling the story, not just saying, hey, look at me, guys, I've got features and I got stuff that I could do for you. It's telling the story to your potential client in a way that will drag them happily to click the button and book an onboarding call, right? So we got section 3, we got section 4, we got section 5, we got section 6. All of it works together to tell that beautiful story. So that 2,000 word story that it generated, it's taking all of that emotion and it's bringing it into now being able to tell this landing page. Now here's then where it gets even cooler. We have our final tool. You ready for this one, guys? This one's probably
We didn't
one
tell
of
you
my
guys we were
favorite.
going to do this. Go ahead.
What are you saying, Sam?
I was just going to say, we didn't tell you guys we were also going to make the ad, but writing ads to go to your landing page are a cinch. Go ahead.
So I'm literally going to take this entire thing. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to say, this is my marketing doc and my landing page copy. Here is my customer story. I'm going to go ahead and copy that again real fast. I got to grab it though. There it is. Here's my customer story, and I'm going to hit enter. Going to take it, 15, 20 seconds. It's horrible, guys. You have to wait so long now for ads to get created. can't. How did we live waiting this long?
You guys, if you're starting to see the vision of how you could actually have a client getting funnel, drop a one in the chat. Drop a one in the chat if this is finally start. If you're like, you know what, I can follow instructions. There we go. The ones are rolling in. I can follow instructions. I can do this. This is totally doable. All right,
So
there's your ad.
there's the ad. And not only that, it also is giving you, so if you're an UpHex user, which you should be, if you're not, get on UpHex. It's also giving you all of your UpHex template settings as well that you need to have. But it's giving you your headline, your link description, your primary text. It's also, if you're doing lead gen forms, it's giving your lead gen form as well as questions to ask, right? It's giving you all of your, if you want to do Facebook Messenger, it's giving you your Facebook Messenger. It's giving you your target demographics. It's giving you your images that you would then want to use for your Facebook ad. Here's an inspirational one that I guess I decided to throw in there for the fun of it. And then this is the keyword that you would use for your interest-based targeting. Whole thing all done, right? Now, the beauty is if you are an UpHex user, a lot of these tools are secretly baked into UpHex. If you're MVP users, you'll get access to these tools to where it becomes even easier to do this. So rather than having to copy and paste all this stuff over, you would literally just click the button and it would be done. So, any questions, any
Did you
thoughts you
build the
want to throw
landing
out there,
page,
Sam?
Jacob? Did you actually build the landing page for the demo, like the final result?
No,
Why don't we
because
do this?
you
Why don't we
said
do this?
not to.
Do that while I'm finishing the rest of this. Just go ahead and build it out. Is that
Okay.
cool?
Yeah, let's do it.
And then when we get done, you can show people what it actually built. Is that fair, you guys? You guys like that? All right. So I'm going to take the baton back from Jacob here, and we will share desktop 2. And you've already done the demo, so we don't need to do the demo again. Let me rearrange my desk just a little bit, guys. So the question is, where do we go from here? Let me make sure I can see the chat. You guys, would you give me a one in the chat so I can see it pop up again, please? There we go. Thank you, Jason. All right. So where do we go from here? That's the question. Let me ask you a question, you guys. And a yes or a no will do fine here. No ones, no twos. Has this been valuable so far? Okay. Has this been valuable so far? Do you feel like you're starting to get the vision of what's possible? We're getting the yep, whys. Okay, awesome. Perfect. Now, this past hour, I know a lot of you guys probably feel like you're drinking from a fire hose. I like that fun little picture I made. So the question is this. Do you want to see how this system, how this process could work in your agency, in your business? Yes or no? Okay, perfect. Yes, one yes. Okay, cool. Then I have something special that I've created for you guys today. I told you, my team told me I was a little bit irresponsible today, but I have created something that I'm so excited about. Okay? And so this is what this entire thing is all about. I'm calling it the 4-day agency launch powered by UpHex. Powered by UpHex and MVP. Okay, we're going to build your agency in 4 days virtually. We're going to nail your niche. We're going to build your funnel, the funnel that we just built here today. We're going to build it for your agency. We're going to give you the complete setup, and we're going to give you high converting ads. We're going to do it in just 4 days. Okay. We will take you through our entire process, our entire agency program that is proven that we've done over 390 something times. We're going to take you through that in just 4 days. And of course, this is all powered by our proven program, which is called Agency MVP. Okay. In 4 days, this is what it looks like. You think, how is this actually possible? Well, we do it 2 days live. It's solely possible in 4 days. Okay. We've done it already. In 4 days, we're going to first nail your niche. And when we nail your niche, what that means is not only are we going to find a generic niche like real estate agents or loan officers. No, we're not doing that. We're going to find your niche, and then we're going to find the gap, the opportunity where the money is in your niche. That's step 1. And then in step 2, then we will build your client getting machine. We will build your EM 1-2 funnel. Once we've done that, then it's time to assemble what we call the war machine. This is a product, this is a setup that is so simple and provable that unlike what at our last event, Heather rolled out a screenshot. HighLevel has 600 and some odd features. How are you going to build a business with 600 features? That's just crazy. This is simple, this is provable, and it works so well that you will be ready to launch by the end of the 4th day with your ads dialed in and ready to go. Cool? Give me a one if you think that's kind of cool. Give me one if you think that in 4 days you can actually build an agency. You kidding me right now? So the question is, thank you, what happens after the 4 days? Are you burned? No. After the 4 days, you can build this business in 4 days. But we know that after those 4 days, you are going to want some long-term support, which I know is very important. If you want to change and transform your business from where you're at, it's going to take more time. And some of that's here. Some of that is between your ears. Some of that is just starting to think differently, which is why not only do you get the 4-day build, which will get you from, I mean, how long have you been trying to build this agency? Has it been a year? We're going to do in 4 days. So not only are we going to do that, but once we're done, you're going to get lifetime access to our core program, which is Agency MVP. So you get both programs, which means after the 4 days, you will get access to our community, to our curriculum, to our weekly coaching, to everything that we do in Agency MVP. Cool? So here's what we've got for you so far. And you guys just buckle up because I'm just getting started. A 4-day virtual event where we build out your funnel with you in real time, which is worth more than this, $3,000. Lifetime access to Agency MVP, also $3,000 for a total value of $6,000. That's pretty cool, but like I said, I can't stop there. Can't stop there because I got to tell you what excites me more than anything else. What excites me more than anything else? Case studies. I absolutely love seeing case studies. Nothing gets me more jacked than case studies. Okay. I love seeing, man, I got 87 clients after selling with UpHex. Dude, I sold $15,000 a monthly recurring revenue last week with featuring UpHex. And then somebody else coming in, yeah, what? I can beat that. Got $90,000 in monthly earned sales in the last 60 days. Okay. That's what jacks me up. That's what gets me. I mean, Robert coming in today and saying, I'm getting these calls, I'm coming in, and you made your first sale today, right? I was
on mute. Sorry. Yeah, no, absolutely. I made my first sale.
Made your first sale.
I got 10K in the pipeline inside of 3 days.
That's what I'm talking about. That gets me more jacked than anything else, which is why not only will you get access to the 4-day launch and the core curriculum, but you're also going to get 1 year of UpHex, the tool that makes everything work. Okay, 1 year of UpHex. That means you can have unlimited ad accounts and you get account rebilling, which we have somebody crushing it right now. We have actually a lot of agencies crushing it and rebilling right now. You have a full library of ads. And then of course you have all the cool, all the cool AI stuff that we are rolling out on a weekly basis now. You get all the UpAI toolkits, okay? And if in Agency MVP, we use UpHex as one of the core mechanisms so that all you guys can create something once and then sell it 1,000 times. Who likes the idea of creating something that you just sell again and again and again without recreating the wheel every single time? That's what I'm talking about. I'm getting excited. I got to wet my mouth a little bit. Give me a one if that excites you. Does it excite anybody else except for me? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So not only are you getting the 4-day virtual launch, not only are you getting lifetime access, but you're also getting a full year of unlimited access to UpHex. That is our top pro account for a total value of $11,964. This is why my team thinks I'm getting a little irresponsible for this, because we're at $12,000 of value. We're not even halfway done, which is kind of crazy. So the question is, if you just had those things, if all I'm offering right now, if all it did was help you dial in a profitable niche, would it be worth it? Some of you guys have been struggling with your niche for a year or more. So if all this did was finally help you get poop or get off the pot with your niche, would it be worth it? If all of this did was help you start getting book calls, Robert got book calls, but he didn't just get book calls, he turned that into money. Would it be worth it? I think I put the same thing twice. So that's how excited I was about it. Right? There you go. All right. If all this did was help you build a simple agency and not a stupid bloated piece of poo-poo, would it be worth it? Without the guesswork. If all this did was finally start to help you build some monthly recurring revenue that actually sticks around, would it be worth it? If all this did was put you in control of your freaking future, would it be worth it? We went from tiny, tiny, tiny to sure, that sounds amazing. It's all worth it. Now, let me be super clear. I didn't jump on this fancy rocket today. Like, you guys getting on that rocket was it was pretty scary. Okay. I'm not just aiming for the moon. My point is this alone is a powerful offer. All I've done. Okay. And all that you need to change your business for forever. But I'm not done yet, suckers. I ain't done yet. Okay, the EM12 funnel. Today you got to see it and how fast it can turn into a client getting machine. But what if you saw all that cool stuff today? See Jacob go through all that? But what if there were more tools just like that? Stuff that wrote your VSL scripts, stuff that helped you with your pricing, stuff that made lead magnets if you wanted to grow your list, which you should, stuff that helped you figure out your freaking USP, stuff that gave you proof when you don't have client testimonials, and maybe stuff that made you find out what your offers were. What if there was a toolkit that did all of that? Well, you lucky son of a guns, I'm going to add a bonus of what I'm calling the One MVP AI Toolkit to rule them all, which is 17 custom AI tools built so you can clone my brain and Jacob's brain. You can start getting your niches, your offers, your uppy ad engine, all that, our pitch deck. It's kind of like asking whatever you want to know about marketing, sales, offers, ads, hooks, whatever. It's like having my brain and Jacob's brain, a hybrid of our brains, stuck in these tools so you don't have to wait, which quite frankly, one of the reasons we're able to do this in 4 days is because of those tools. If I had to manually walk you through every single step with my skills and with Jacob's skills, it would take forever. There's no way we could ever do it. But these skills allow us to do it, or these tools allow us to do that. And we're going to throw in the MVP AI toolkit. So here's what you're getting. You're getting the agency launch, 4 days, lifetime access to MVP. You're getting a full year of UpHex, $5,964. And then we're going to throw in the MVP AI toolkit for a total whopping value of $16,964. Okay, we're not done yet. And I want to be super clear. Not only are we going to help you do all of this and get access to all of these tools and do it in just 4 days, we do this with you. You will be with me, with Jacob, with Heather, with our team, with our community. We're there to help you if you have any questions. We even give you a customer satisfaction. We want you to understand that you are there. We even give you, guys, video chat support. You can send me a freaking video. You can say, hey, this is what I got. People do it all the time. I kind of love it. And by the way, you kind of help each other too. It's literally, you can say, hey, what do you think about my offer? And I'm like, it's pretty good, but let's do this instead.
Rob has a lot of experience with that.
Robert, Jacob, that
I'm
was
an
a low
abuser.
blow.
I'm an
That was a
abuser
low
of
blow.
that.
But that's what it takes sometimes, you know? And that's what we give you guys. We want you guys to have the confidence that you can come in. It's like, hey, a course is great, but a program is better. And when I talk about the program, we really had two options, you guys. We could sell this thing like a course, make it like super cheap, and let people do it on their own. But I think many of you have had experiences with that and you've seen how it's gone. Option B is to say, you know what? I mean, honestly, to work one-on-one with people, if you wanted to do that with me or with Jacob, it's going to be very expensive, like just legitimately. But in this case, I think we found a way to give you something incredibly affordable and work closely with you through the process. Okay? So that's why you're getting the 4-day thing. That's why you're getting the MVP program. That's why you're getting the full thing of UpHex for a year, the toolkit. You can chat with us now on video. Okay? 20 grand. 20 freaking grand. Isn't this amazing? Do you guys feel like this really pretty lady and you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy? But here's the question. It's amazing, but does it feel crazy yet? Does it feel crazy? I don't know if we've gotten to the crazy part yet. So the question is this. What is the most important skill in marketing? What skill will make you more money than anything else? Give me, like, actually, I want to see what you say. What is the most important skill in marketing? Drop it in the comments. What do you think? Selling? Okay, that's great. Selling. I would say selling is a great outcome. That's great. What else? What do you guys think? Copy? Oh, bam. There it is. Learning to write awesome sales copy, or in other words, that's selling one to many. I have studied sales copy for years. In fact, you guys want to know a dirty little secret? It's why you're here. See all these fancy things that I write, and then you comment on, and then you show up to this workshop? That's because I write copy that gets you to have new ideas and that gets you to think this is possible for me. Okay? But I do have a confession to make. And hopefully you don't hold this against me. You know all these posts? How many of you guys have seen at least one of these posts and thought to yourself, this is actually pretty good? Give me one in the chat. If you saw one of these and said, that's pretty compelling. Okay, the ones are rolling in. The ones are rolling in pretty fast on this one. Don't be mad at me. I didn't write these. They were all written by AI. Okay? They're all written by AI. But they work better than anything you've ever put your hands on, because I know a lot of people out there, well, I got this thing that writes copy. No, you don't. You don't have anything that writes copy the way this thing does. Okay? Why? Because number one, I created a dialed in prompt that creates ads, viral posts, and compelling copy. It actually walks you through. It tells you what it's doing. And it tells you, it basically you learn it as you're doing it. That's number one. Number two, I paid for the most incredible knowledge base ever assembled in the history of copy. And that is the real magic. I paid $3,000, $3,000 of real dollars. I didn't trade for it. I didn't say, hey, I'll give you this free access to UpHex, or I'll get you in my program for free. I didn't trade. I paid real money for it. And I got to tell you, it was worth every freaking penny. And I call the machine that uses that knowledge base my viral post and ad writer. Okay? It writes viral posts like nothing else. It can write long form ads, which, by the way, if you don't think long form ads work, you just write boring ones. That's the real thing. You just suck at it. Okay? It writes high converting sales pages. It writes advertorials. It writes VSL scripts. It will sell your stuff better than you can. And that is for damn sure. Damn sure? That's for damn sure. And guess what? I'm throwing that bad boy in. That $3,000 that I spent, you don't have to. You're going to get access to that exact viral post ad writer. Okay? How cool is that? So this is the stuff you're getting, guys. You're going to get the 4-day build. You're going to get lifetime access to Agency MVP. You're getting unlimited access to UpHex for a year. The MVP AI toolkit. You're getting the chat with the video pro. And now I'm throwing in the viral post ad writer that me and my team, Jacob, you can test. We paid $3,000 for this thing. 23 grand is exactly where we're at. Okay, now this is getting crazy. So now you guys are probably thinking, okay, geez, how much is this thing gonna cost us? Now the reality is, when I walk through these values, unlike a lot of webinars that you guys have been on, these values are not inflated. If you wanted to buy any one of these things, any one of them, this is what it would cost. To go through with me and my team 4 days and to have us walk you through virtually, live, go through the program, help you build it, give you the tools you need, do everything. You're going to pay me at least $3,000. Are you kidding? The MVP toolkit, that thing can do so much work. These are real values. I didn't inflate these to do a drop at the end so that I could do some weird BS webinar. The value of this stuff is 23 grand, but I'm not going to sell it to you for 23 grand. Okay. This is where my team was saying, bro, This is bordering on irresponsible, like for real. We've spent money on a lot of this stuff. So no, I'm not going to sell it to you for 22 grand. I'm not even going to sell it to you at half of that. And while I've seen a lot of coaching programs that sell their stuff for $7,000, it would probably be a bargain at that price. I'm not going to do that even. Okay? You guys ready to see how much this? How much? Do you guys want to see how much this costs? Give me a 1 in the chat if you want to see how much this thing costs. Let me know. Let me know. All right. When you sign up for this webinar, the ones are flowing. When you sign up for the webinar, you get all of this stuff that I've talked about right here. Okay? The coaching, the 4-day program, live access, the full year, the MVP toolkit, the viral writer. You get all of that. And the real value is 23 grand. We're going to shave off 18 grand and you get all of that for $4,997. But I'm not done yet. I'm not even finished yet. I told you guys this was going to get crazy. Who wants to see what else we got? Give me a 2 in the chat if you want to see if I can make the value go through the roof even more. I told you it's irresponsible and it's silly and it's stupid, but sometimes I'm irresponsible and silly and stupid. Just ask my wife. We just finished our 2-day event. How many of you guys know that we do a 2-day build? I think I've talked about it on this webinar already. Okay, give me 1 in the chat if you've heard of that. Okay, now we just finished our 2-day event. Okay, agencies flew in and they built their businesses in 2 days. Boom, ready to go. But this last one, we had something really special. We had a really special person come in and help teach some more stuff. My good friend, Ken Moskowitz. How many of you guys know Ken Moskowitz? Give me a 2 in the chat if you know Ken. Now, Ken Moskowitz is probably one of the best advertisers alive right now, in my opinion, honestly. He's worked with some of the best brands. When Chevrolet needs help, who do they call? They call Ken. When Budweiser needs revenue, who do they call? They call Ken. When Gary Vaynerchuk needs help or gets stuck on an ad, who does he call? He calls Ken. He has written and produced and co-produced 10 Super Bowl commercials. This is a marketing savant, a caliber of which most people don't have access to. But he came to our 2-day event, okay? This
AI likes specificity and it likes structure.
He came and he taught the last half of the program. So guess what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take his entire workshop that people paid money to come here and to listen and to learn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw that into the bundle as well. And what he teaches you how to do in that one class, in that one workshop, is to make what he calls Super Bowl viral videos. In other words, he has a phrase that every local business needs a Super Bowl video. What could your agency do with a viral Super Bowl video? What could your clients do with a viral video? And he taught us how to do that with his exact process, and I'm throwing that into. So you're getting the 4-day program. You're getting lifetime access to MVP. You're getting a full year of UpHex. That by itself is worth the entire, it's a discount right there, okay? And you're getting the ability to chat with the pro, video support, all of that, and you're getting my post writer, which we paid 3 grand for. You don't have to pay 3 grand for it, okay? And we're getting the AI powered creation studio, which is what we're calling Ken's offer, okay? That is a total savings of $19,000, and you can get it now at my Black Friday or MVPBlackFriday.com. MVPBlackFriday.com. Now, here's what we're going to do, okay? I'm going to put a timer on the clock. And what I'll do is if you have any questions at all, go ahead and you can put those in the chat. We'll stick around. You can open up that link in a separate tab. You can purchase. I will say, here, what if you've already purchased MVP? If you have purchased MVP, you guys stick around. Tomorrow we'll send you a message in MVP. We have something we're going to do for you as well. But if you came to this, then awesome. Thank you for coming. But we will have something for you as well. So thank you, Lisa. Anybody have questions, go ahead, drop them in the chat. If you feel brave and want to unmute, we'll go ahead and do that.
And I'll just want to, so two quick things. I'll take a couple seconds here. So when Sam was saying that the team was not too excited about his offer, I can test because I was one of the first people that he called. And he called me up and he said, Jacob, I got an idea and you're not going to like it. Those were the first
That's
words
money.
out of his mouth, and I did not like it. But Sam really wanted to do this. So guys, you really are getting an absolutely amazing program here, and we've got a lot of cool stuff. And then Sam, I do have a bit of a sneak preview that I do want to show people if
Let's
you.
show that here in a second. I want to see the sneak preview, but let's show that in a second. Which, by the way, I have a couple of friends on here that heard about this offer, and they said, "Hey, we want in on the fun." So, Mark, if you want to unmute real quick, for anybody who buys this offer, Mark has a bonus that he wants to throw on this as well. So, Mark, maybe just do a quick little intro, and then if you want to just tell what you're adding in. And by the way, Tammy just put the link in there, so click that, go over, get it. And if you have any questions, we can address those as well. But Mark, go ahead and take the stage here, buddy.
Hey, what's going on? Nice,
Good to have you,
nice to
bud.
be here. Glad to be here. This was pretty awesome. Love
Thanks,
all
man.
the AI videos or photos, by the way.
We got to have fun with some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So, what is something that we have been like quietly working on and it's been hidden behind the scenes? It's this really awesome strategy for literally walking into any business and telling them where they're leaking cash. Um, I don't know if anybody knows this or not. Maybe it's not such a quiet secret, but the biggest thing that is impacting a business with revenue is, obviously you got to have some leads, right? But the biggest problem that's impacting a business's revenue is how fast they get on those leads. I'm not talking about sending a text message. I'm talking about literally getting on the phone with those leads. And so we built a tool. We've been building this tool for the past 6 months that literally goes and finds the businesses that are leaking the cash right out of their funnel. Soon as the lead comes in, they're literally just ignoring it, right? So we have found a way to identify these people with public data and make them available to you so you can knock on their door, pick up the phone, send them a quick piece of mail, and basically just it's like taking money from or taking candy from a baby. If you don't mind, I can show you really quick. I know Sam, you haven't even seen it.
Yeah, let me go ahead. And you guys do me a favor. So we're going to go ahead and Tammy has put the link to the cart, the checkout cart in the page. Before you do that, Mark, I'm just going to answer a couple quick questions and then Mark's going to show you how this thing works. And it dovetails really nicely into what we do because a lot of the people that are use or that this will work on are running ads. So David, to answer your question, you will have to pay no more monthly subscription fees on UpHex. MVP is not a monthly thing. You get it. That's it. So there's not a monthly subscription. The only thing that you have to pay for is HighLevel, and that's the additional thing. And then the event will be on December 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. I believe were the dates, if I'm correct. And then let me go ahead. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing here for a second. We're going to let Mark share what he's got. But I'm telling you, this is everything you need. You don't have to after this meeting, you don't have to go into any other groups and look for anything else. You will have everything you need here. And by the way, we have financing available. If you're like, yeah, I want to do that, but I don't got a $5,000 just sitting in my bank account. We have financing available. So let me go ahead and you're able, let me just stop sharing. All right, go ahead, Mark.
Awesome. So this is the tool. We call it RevSpy. It's not available to the public yet. We're actually going to be doing this special secret launch that's going to be happening next week. But you know, I was so excited about what Sam was doing here. I wanted to be part of it, and so I agreed to give away some of these to you guys as well. So basically, what this tool does, and you actually have access to some leads that we've already went out and uh, audited. So these are across various industries. We have about 2,500 leads, as you can see here, available. And these are business that, like I said, we found are leaking cash, everything from roofing to dental implants, auto dealers, you name it. They're just sitting here right before the taking. And once you get that lead, you'll be able to come into the system and check out exactly why they're losing that money. Now, what we do is we provide them with a report that you can then send, right? The best way to get this into their hands is my favorite is walking into their office and handing it to them. But if you want to work across the US, you can also just send it to them via FedEx, uh, do an email, whatever. But the best thing to do is to get this into their hands so they can see how and why they're leaking so much cash. Now, you control the revenue that they're leaking here basically by putting in their client value and the average number of leads. But basically, what this system does is we take their speed, or we take their ad that they're running on Facebook or they're running on Google, and we literally become a lead, not just once, not twice, but multiple times. And we time them. How long is it taking for them to call us? How many times are they calling us? Are they doing a multi-channel follow-up process? And then we take that based off of an algorithm, a special algorithm that we have built based off of an MIT research study and a lot of other statistics that are out there, figure out exactly how much money or roughly how much money they're losing because of this slow follow-up. And then we provide this report with not just where they're losing money, but where their competitors are coming in and just beating the pants off of them. So we don't just audit them, but we audit their competitors in that neighborhood and show them how they stack up against those competitors. We also are even taking the call and giving them objections like, hey, I'm not, send me some information or whatever. And we put all that into this report. So you'll be able to see, how they're actually performing or how their salespeople are performing, which can even impact that revenue even more. So again, that's just kind of a taste of it. We'll give you, give you guys access to that. You can get some leads that are already currently in there, or you have the ability to go in and just submit custom audits as well, and we'll take care of that for you as well.
Yeah. So you guys, the punchline is once you get your agency dialed in, this is another way to go out and close the client. Say, hey, I found your opportunity. By the way, did you know some of the best clients you get are people who are already running ads, and you say, hey, you're losing this much money. I can fix that for you. Right? So Mark, you're including that, and what are you're throwing it in for a gajillion dollars?
I'm gonna throw it in,
That's
and
what I'm talking.
unlimited, or sorry, for the next 2 months from when we make it live until the end of January, you can get your leads for no cost.
I love it. I love it. Maybe once we get done with the 4-day launch, maybe we'll even have you do like a training or something on it. But
Sounds good.
I love it. All right. You guys, let me go ahead and jump. We are 6 minutes away from our end of the road here. Were there any questions that I missed, Tammy? By the way, Tammy is my finance manager. If you guys need any help, not Tammy, the one that is Jacob, but the real Tammy. If you guys need any help or questions on financing, payment options, things like that, go ahead and you can actually send her a message directly. I've opened up the chat so you can do that. Let's see here. Double check. So my MVPers, you guys, we'll dial you guys in here tomorrow. Get you everything. Actually, is today Friday? Is it okay if we dial you guys in on Monday? We've got something. Thank you. Let's see. Are you teaching? productized services subscriptions, or are you teaching a setup project fee with subscriptions as continuity? Dave, that's a great question. I personally am teaching you a formula, and I'm going to teach you a formula that will make it so you're not stuck. You're not stuck copying anybody else. All right. Every niche has a personality. This is what we cover in week 1 of the program. So many people just copy and paste what other people do, or they don't know what variables need to go into their business, so they can't tell the right stories. But I'll just tell you this. If I was able to get a plastic surgeon $20,000 tummy tucks and I could get him 10 of those a month, do you think I would sell it as a subscription for $500 a month? That would be a gross out of exchange parallel for my business. If I did that, I wouldn't sell very many. I know that sounds counterproductive. You're like, well, how does that work? Well, if you undervalue yourself, you will be hosed. So it's a formula, it's not a template. There you go. We talked about the MVP. So let's see here. There's Tammy. Let's see here. Kristen, if we're already on UpHex 297, we'd get it free for the next 12 months. That is absolutely correct. And you don't get the 297, you get the 497. So all the extra features and bells and whistles you get on there. Was Tammy building some landing page from earlier? Oh, oh yeah, Jacob, do you have a landing page that you want to show us?
Yes.
I forgot it was Tammy. Whoever said that, that's very tongue in cheek. Who said that? Oh, that's Christian. Very funny. Okay. You want to show what you ended up with, buddy?
Yeah, real quick. I can just do two things. So, like I said, one of them will be a sneak preview. One of them I can't share though because you're sharing your screen.
Sorry. Wait, stop share. Go ahead.
All right. So first thing I'll just show you guys real quick. So part of what you'll get is you will get a snapshot, which will include this landing page where you'll be I kind of just stopped putting the pictures in, but you can kind of get the idea here, right? So all of the ad copy this took just a couple seconds to just copy and paste stuff over and all that other kind of stuff. But the thing that I wanted to show you guys is something that is going to be coming into UpHex. I'm almost done with it, so you're going to see it in UpHex here pretty soon. If you've ever used Easy Pages, I apologize now. But we have a huge update that we are currently or I am currently working on. So was using some of our backend tools to generate it. So I took that exact ad copy or that exact landing page copy, popped it into the tool that we have built out here on my machine locally, and this is what Easy Pages will be able to create for you. So in the very near future, you'll be able to take that exact thing that I did and pop it in, and you will get a landing page that is freaking amazing. And you know how long it took for this to get created? About 15 seconds. And then it will be published. When you publish ads, this page will automatically go out, and it's absolutely amazing. So I just want to show you. So this is what you would get inside of Go HighLevel with a snapshot. But once this feature rolls out, which you can expect this here in December, you will you will be able to pop in that ad copy, and it will create absolutely beautiful landing pages for you in a single shot. So, just wanted to also show that off for you guys as well.
Awesome. All right. All right. So if you need financing, I saw a couple questions. If you need financing or payment help, just reach out to Tammy. She's right there in the chat. Tammy, there you are. So you can reach, and I guess it's hard to know which Tammy to reach out to because you guys are both named Tammy. So maybe the real Tammy, if you could like post something in the chat.
I've been in there, Sam. The one with
Okay.
picture is me, and the one with just the letters is Jacob.
Okay. All right. Then not to confuse everybody. All right. Perfect. Yeah. If you guys need, if you need to work out, if you want to get in on this, which by the way, here's how it goes. We sold one of these yesterday because I told the guy that we were giving away MVP, a 4-day launch, and UpHex for a year. He said, I'm in. I'm done. So we already sold one of them. And when this is done, this is either done by November 30th and we're taking it away. My team will not allow me to go beyond the 30th or beyond 20 spots. So that means that there are now at least 19. I'm not sure if people have bought yet or not. But you guys, It is our Black Friday offer. We've got 21 seconds, and then we are done. Grab the link, MVPBlackFriday.com. Put it in there, and we won't forget about you MVPers. We got something for you guys too. Okay. MVPBlackFriday.com. And we're excited to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. Has this been valuable? Did you guys have a lot of fun? Hopefully you did. Give me one in the chat if yes. This was fantastic. Ones. I like the ones. Love it. Thank you guys so much for coming. The new easy pages, yes. And the easy pages, which by the way, wouldn't it be nice if you had some dope copy that went in there and it just worked? And that's the other thing you have to consider. It's $5,000, but how many clients do you need to get that? Well, if you charge them $1,000, you only need 5. Not very hard. Jerem got 3 in his first week, right? And he's charging more than $1,000, by the way. So he would have broken even on this thing in a week. You guys can totally do this. I just paid for it twice over in 3 days. That's what I'm talking about. You guys, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I hope that you decide to get, I'm gonna say, a little bit smart and join us in the program. Grab the 4-day launch. Grab the bonuses. Don't forget all the crazy stuff that you will be getting if you join before November 30th, or if you join before the 20 spots. If the 20 spots are done, then the 20 spots are done. I can't handle personally the way we're going to be doing the 4-day virtual launch. We can't handle more than 20. So it is just 20. That is the actual limit. That's why it is 20. It's not like some kind of fake scarcity. It's like, hey, if we're taking people through a conveyor belt of success, what does that look like? It has to be this. So we figured it out. We've done it live. We can do it virtually. Will I be able to view this session at a link? Yes, you will, Gia. As soon as this gets done, we'll have it uploaded to that page, so you can see everything that is there. All right. That's it. We're out. I'm in Cancun. It's time to go have some fun.
We do think you're crazy though, Sam. Like
I am a
seriously,
little bit crazy.
legit, legit. I
Thank you.
mean, when you think about the value, we do legit sell UpHex for that fee and agency MVP, those 2 products. So all of that, just those 2 programs alone, it's a crazy discount. And then with all this other added value, you're a loon.
Yep.
You're a loon.
I am a loon. Thank you, Tammy. She's from Ireland. Well, she's in Ireland. And I will tell you, I am a little bit crazy, but I told the team we have never done a Black Friday offer. And we have some cool stuff. And we have some cool stuff coming. So why not do it now? Why not do it now when so many people are winning? In our MVP program, we get some kind of win almost every week. Whether it's a Robert who just crushed his thing today, which we're super excited about, or whether it's somebody who finally just breaks through of, I thought I had to sell this low ticket crap for forever. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're out there. Some of the craziest stories are people that you never would suspect out there crushing it once they go through the program, and they just, it's almost like they have this crazy veil taken away from their eyes, and no longer do they think that you have to copy people. No longer do they feel like a wantrepreneur. The difference between a wantrepreneur and an entrepreneur are just skills and strategy, and most people have none of that. So that's what we want to equip you with. We want you guys to be different people. This will be the last program you ever have to take. This will be the last program you ever have to purchase, because even if you need help, Lisa's been in our program for over a year. She can come to any workshop we do, ask questions, get value based on where she's at in her business, and off we go. So it is crazy, but hey, I can do crazy shit if I want to. And that's what we do. You want to say something, Lisa? Or are you just waving by?
I gotta go do a coaching call. Have a great vacation.
Thanks, guys. Have an
Bye.
awesome day, and we will see you later. Appreciate y'all coming.